Hey everyone, just a quick heads up. Jim's audio interface literally died on the job in the middle of our record. So you'll notice a shift to a different audio quality than we typically have as we get into our main topic today. But we should have everything fixed by next episode. So just want to give you guys a little heads up. All right, into the episode. Hey, I'm Rob Adler, and welcome to Understanding Upstate, the podcast dedicated to exploring what makes upstate New York such a unique place. Each week, my co-host Jim Search and I dive into a new upstate topic to better understand what's up upstate, and this week, we are sitting courtside, not with the Knicks, but with the Rochester Royals. That's
right, baby.
Yeah. Sorry, Spike.
Yeah.
We're Royals fans today.
Sorry, Tracy Morgan. You cannot sit with us here.
I think are the Knicks playing today?
No, they're playing tomorrow.
Okay.
They're down 3-1. Only 12 teams in NBA history have ever come back from a 3-1 deficit.
Were the Royals one of them?
They were busy winning championships.
Yeah.
So as I throw that one out there to the Speedy Freak Strauss St. Pete's.
Hey, while you're throwing one out to them, they should throw one out to us, Jim. And by that, I mean they should rate and review the show. Guys, throw us a 5-star rating, write us a positive review, some kind words, and tell us what favorite upstate defunct NBA team you want us to talk about next. And guess, really bearing the lead, this is not the only one. There's others. There's others, which is pretty crazy. But we're here to talk about the Royals today. But before we can, I think we have an upstate update, Jim.
Oh, we sure do, man. And I'll be honest, this one ain't as rosy as the ones prior to, man.
It's true. We got some Jim, this is, believe it or not, our first negative feedback. And it came not in today's episode 83, came a couple weeks ago for episode 72. Honest to God, one of my favorite episodes that we've ever done, just because it had such a wild twist. This, of course, was the episode about Alfred's hot dog days, wherein we learned that hot dog festivals are a scam. And
sure.
Long story short, go listen to the episode if you haven't. It's a good one. But a one Joe Davey 15 took umbrage with something. And I feel like we're being misquoted here.
Right.
We'll read the it's a comment. I wouldn't say it's a review, but a comment on the episode.
And this was on the Spotify comments?
Yes. Yeah.
And this is the only one from Spotify? Mm-hmm. Yo, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is Joe Davey 15 commenting, Alfred and Olean are not right outside Rochester. That's like saying Owego is to Syracuse, which if you roll back the tape on Alfred Hot Dog Day, what started us talking about how close things are to each other, I asked if Alfred was considered Southern Tier, which you informed me it was not. I was like, okay, just want to know, because it's down on what looks to me like the shelf part, but it's not quite close enough to be considered, and it's a little further over, I think, too, right? So you're just like, I get why you would think that. It's not, though. And you said, I think Alfred is a little bit outside Rochester, which it's 80 miles, and I would contend 80 miles? Yeah, that's a little bit outside. Like, if something's 80 miles away, that's a little bit outside.
Which, like, if you're doing, like, let's say you're driving, right? You're probably doing, like, 65, 70. That's, like, an hour and some change. So it's, like, I would say, like, Binghamton is, like, right out, like, Binghamton is right by Syracuse, because that's, like, an hour-ish drive. So I'm sorry, Joe, but I think you're wrong here.
I think it's a misunderstanding. Joe, give us another chance.
Yeah, give us. Yeah, Joe, please don't leave us. Don't.
I mean, it may be a lost cause, but we're trying our best here, and I think you misunderstood us. But hey, who am I?
All I'm picturing is he's just like, never again. I'm never listening to this podcast ever again.
Jim, I want to add an extra note. My wife is just outside the room and can hear everything. And she said, Montauk is 100 plus miles outside the city. And I would argue people would still say it's just outside the city. Boom. There we go. That's 3 people against Joe now. So I don't know what to say.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, I just hope, I hope we can work past this, Joe.
That's true. You know what? Write us a 5-star review and you can tell us other cities that are close to each other in that review, and we'll read it on the podcast. Oh, I was going to say the thing that I think does make Joe a speedy freak, and dare I say a rattlesnake Pete, is that his point of reference is just 2 more upstate cities. Like he's not trying to make it that's like saying Chicago's outside Minneapolis, or not a broader frame of reference. It's even more granular, if anything, and keeping it upstate. So you know what, Joe, you're a rattlesnake Pete in my
I was going to say, I feel like when you really want to get very, very specific about upstate, he knows who he's listening to. And he knows the episode, or he knows our episode. Well, so, I mean, I think you should give us another chance.
It's true.
Joe.
You know what?
We won't disappoint you.
Whenever we do a meetup, we'll hash out over some Jennies. I think some Jenny cream ales.
Just have him on the show.
Fuck it, you can reach us at understandingupstate@gmail.com. Let's get into those.
Sure. Yeah. If you got Zoom, we can get you on, buddy. Talk about whatever you want, dog.
We might have. We'll do some vetting.
Sure. When I used to do a Bar Rescue podcast, and once we got on Bar Rescue, boy, did we had some real characters who were like, I want to get on the show. I was like, you know what, man? I feel like that's probably not going to be the wave here.
You're saying John Taffer attracts unsavory individuals?
I'm going to say that's true.
Okay.
Except for Adam Rodkey, who found...
That's right. Number one speedy freaking rattlesnake.
Number one speedy freaking rattlesnake Pete, man. He found me through the Shut It Down podcast, and he's been riding ever since, man. So he's a real one. I want to shout him out. He's a good dude.
Thanks for bringing us back on topic too.
Sure. You know what I mean?
Hey, speaking about being on topic, we should talk about the Rochester Royals.
I think so. Let's get to it. Let's talk about it. The franchise began with the Rochester Seagrams, a semi-pro team that was formed in 1923 and hosted several teams there over the next 20 years. They joined the NBL, the National Basketball League, in 1945 as the renamed Rochester Royals, winning that league's championship in the first season, 1945 to 1946. Now, it's very important, Speedy Freaks and Rattlesnake Pete's, to understand what type of basketball is being played here. This is the all-white, high crew cut, underhand banana shot, or the banana, I forget the name of it. It's like
call it granny shot where I come from.
Yeah, the granny shot. Yep, granny shot basketball, and just no soul. There's no excitement here. Yeah. It is very sterile basketball. It is the type of team that, like, the Harlem Globetrotters just run over every time they play.
I always mix it up. Is it the Marshals or the Generals?
Generals. It's the Washington Generals.
Generals. Okay. I should have stuck with the first one. It's also segregated basketball. Yeah. Like, it's not. This is. We'll talk about it actually later. But like, there's baseball. I think gets a lot of the focus. On that in terms of professional sports, but Yeah, basketball was segregated too.
Yeah, and not very good. All right. In 1948, they jumped with 3 other NBL teams to the Basketball Association of America, which later merged with the NBL to form the NBA. As the Royals, the team was often successful on the court, winning the NBA championship in 1951.
All right.
So,
all right.
We will talk a little bit about the Seagrams and then jump into the Royals. So, sure. From 23 to 44, the Rochester Seagrams, the basis of a purely professional team in Rochester, New York, which came into existence in 1945, was 2 decades of a sponsored semi-pro team, the Rochester Seagrams. Canadian distiller Seagram was the team's main sponsor and received the bulk of the money made. Yeah, man, fuck that. Pay these motherfuckers. One of the team's early stars was Lester Harrison, a local high school star of some publicity before joining the team. Harrison later became the team's captain, coach, manager, and chief scout over the next 2 decades. God damn.
Wow.
That's a lot of activity. Among visitors to Rochester to play the team were the original Celtics, the New York Wrens, and the Harlem Globetrotters, who probably wiped the floor with the Rochester Seagrams, if we're going to be honest. All right. So, 45 to 57, the Rochester Royals took flight. With news that World War II was approaching its end, the NBL announced that it was expanding, and Harrison was approached for interest in a franchise. While the sponsored semi-pro team balked at additional expenses involved, Harrison and his brother Jack, a lawyer, jumped at the chance. They pooled money to meet the steep entry fee of $25,000, $437,137.28 in.
That's still like, that's to like get into like a pro league. It's not, it seems kind of low.
I mean, I don't know what the going rate is to join a team. But yeah, I think, yes, if you're probably going into like a sports entity, I feel like you're probably looking at this on the low side. I don't know. Tell us how much it costs to buy a team out there, folks. If you've ever purchased a basketball team, Speedy Freaks and Rattlesnake Pete's, just let us know. Hit us up in the comments.
But like, if you walked around on the subway and you're like, hey, we're going to start a new football team, basketball team, baseball team. We just need $400,000. I think you'd have it in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think you'd have it.
Is that what all the kids are doing when they're
That's
selling
what the candy bars are going to, man. That's what the candy bars are going to.
Interesting. I had a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with that 400 large that they laid down, they were granted an NBL franchise. Their team, the Rochester Royals, pushed the Seagrams out of their local facility, the smallish Edgerton Park Arena. The best players were the returning Navy and Army players, now being released from the war.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So They're ready for violence.
Talk about surplus.
Hey.
Yeah.
There was no draft for the league in the selection of new players, so Harrison was able to scoop up several name stars for his new team, among them Bob Davies, Red Holzman, and William Fuzzy Levain. Of course. As well as the NBL free agents like George Gelmack and Al Servey. The result was a strong league champion in their first season of existence as the Royals during the 45-46 season. The team had 2 more seasons of success during their NBL years, which permitted the team to play non-league opponents.
Meaning if you were doing shitty, like, no, you're not doing any exhibition games. You're going to fucking practice.
Right, exactly. During all 3 years, 45 to 48, the team played over 300 total games, hosting most of them. The Royals defected to the NBL's rival, the Basketball Association of America, in 48, along with the Fort Wayne Pistons, the Minneapolis Lakers, and Indianapolis Jets. A year later, the BAA and NBL merged to become the NBA, as we were talking about earlier. The move to the BAA took away Rochester's profitable exhibition schedule and placed it in the same Western Division as the Minneapolis Lakers.
There we go.
Of the two best teams in professional basketball, only one of them could play in the league finals from 49 to 54. Minneapolis, with George Mikan, was almost always better during the playoffs than the Royals. With their smallish arena and now limited schedule, the Royals became less profitable even as the team finished no lower than second in its division in both the NBL and BAA NBA from 45 to 54. The Royals won the NBA title in 51, defeating the New York Knicks. Well, they're no stranger to that. 4-3, 4 games to 3. It is the only NBA championship in the franchise's history.
Wow.
The title, however, did not translate into profit for the Royals. The roster turned over in 55, except for star guard Bobby Wagner, who became the team's new coach. The team moved to the larger Rochester War Memorial in 55. The NBA even agreed to host their All-Star game there in 56. But the Royals were now a losing team filled with rookies and did not turn a profit. In other words,
I wonder why the whole roster flipped. That's crazy.
They just gutted the team, I guess. Sounds like the plot of Major League, actually.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, as we'll see.
Yeah, we're going to see.
It might be more similar to that than not.
Meanwhile, the NBA was putting pressure on Harrison to sell or relocate his team to a larger city. With this in mind, the 56-57 season was the Royals' last in Rochester. Dun, dun, dun. The Royals' stay in Rochester's featured the services of 9 future members of the Basketball Hall of Fame. Al Servey, Bob Davies, Alex Hannum, Lester Harrison, Red Holzman, Arnie Risen, Maurice Stokes, Jack Tynwin, Bobby Wagner, while others proved prominent in other fields such as the Pro Football Hall of Fame, member Otto Graham, Hollywood Walk of Fame, Chuck Connors, and Jack McMahon.
Hollywood Walk of Fame? Who are these guys? Chuck Connors.
They got some real movers and shakers.
I guess. Oh, this guy was he played like a cowboy and shit. And played baseball too. Played MLB for the Dodgers. This fucking guy,
He's doing it all, man.
Jesus. Yeah. Wow. All right. Good on you, Chuck.
Well, from 1957 to 71, our Rochester Royals became the Cincinnati Royals. 72 to 85, Kansas City Omaha, or Kansas City Kings. And then 85 to present day, Sacramento Kings.
So at some point, the Kansas City Omaha Royals are like, oh shit, we're tanking. Let's rebrand to the Kansas City Kings. They're like, oh shit, that didn't work. Let's go to Sacramento, baby.
Let's go to Sacktown, baby.
And like I've literally Googled before and clearly forgot, but like, why the fuck are they called the Sacramento Kings? Like,
yeah,
most team names have some, you can like quickly draw the line to like, why the fuck are they that? Right. Like aside from like the Toronto Raptors, but it's just a cool ass logo. So I don't think about it. But
it's funny.
Look, it was the one starter jacket I wanted, and I'm pretty sure my brother had it, and it gutted me. It gutted me.
Sure.
Anyway, Sacramento Kings. There you go. Long story short, Royals to Kings. It makes sense.
Yeah, that tracks. Now we'll talk a little bit about their jersey, the Rochester Royals jersey. The initial Rochester Royals logo featured a blue and white shield with the word Rochester on the top.
It's a cool looking logo.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. With the white banner, with the word Royals on it. From the beginning, the road uniforms were blue with the city written in front, while home uniforms were white with the team name written on front. Red accents were later added in their Rochester tenure.
You don't get a white home jersey very often, right? Like,
No.
It's kind of striking. We had a little picture of some guy named Arnie Johnson wearing it. It looks good. It's white with like the purple trim. Oh,
it's pretty sharp. I will admit that.
Dare I say, regal.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're going to talk about regality in just a hot second here, because we're about to tell y'all how the Royals became royal. It all started with an ambitious owner named Les Harrison, as we know, who wanted to bring professional basketball to his hometown in upstate New York. He chose the Rochester Royals for its historical significance, as it has been home to many revolutionary figures such as Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony. As for Royals, he thought it sounded regal enough for a professional sports team.
All right.
Harrison also believed that having royalty associated with his team would help generate greater interest among fans and sponsors alike, which certainly worked out well considering their success for over 12 years.
Should have kept that Seagram sponsorship. They might still be in Rochester.
They'd be all drunk.
There you go.
That's funny.
The Rochester Jenny Cream Ales are the Rochester Jennies. Oh,
the Rochester Jennies.
Oh, my God. What are we doing?
Yeah. What the hell are we doing?
Jim, I've often said that we should be hired as branding consultants, and I'm saying it again. The Rochester Jennies, we're going to get $400,000 to get into the NBA in no time with a name like that.
Mm-hmm. You already know.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about Les, because again, when I saw he was the owner and the head coach, I was like, "There's such a weird, he's Rochester born. He died in Rochester. Like he's very much. I think he also moved the team out of Rochester, but like he is a Rochesterian." Through and through for sure. So let's learn a little bit more about Les. Lester Les J. Harrison, born 1904, was an American professional basketball player, coach, and team owner, and is a member of the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, which I believe is like the main basketball.
Yeah, that's Hall like James Naismith was the creator. Yeah, invented basketball.
A doctor, right?
I don't know if he's a doctor, but I do know that he did, in fact, create the game of basketball. First score of a basketball game ever, 1-0.
Wow! Things have changed a little bit
because there was a peach basket that they hung up and they forgot to cut a hole in it. So
classic.
The game was 1-0. And also, for the record, Les lived to be 93 years old.
Yeah, he had a good run. That's
a great run, man. Good on you, dude.
Yeah, 1904 to 97.
Yeah,
pretty good. Let's learn a little bit more about him. So he was born in Rochester. He attended East High School and led the high school team to the championship over West High. Wow, does that mean the state championship came down to East High School and West High School, both Rochester teams? That's intense.
Sounds like cool.
The victory inspired him to get in the basketball business. In 1923, Harrison began playing, coaching, and organizing semi-professional basketball, as we learned about, working for the Rochester Seagrams, which were later known as the Rochester Ebers, in order to appease the newspapers who were resistant to liquor advertising. What the hell is an Eber?
I don't know, man.
Rochester Ebers. Well, we'll never know. Yeah. We'll never know. Let's see. In 1945, with his brother Joseph, also known as Jack, Harrison founded his own semi-pro team, the Rochester Pros. In 1946, the franchise changed its name to the Royals and began to play in the National Basketball League, as we learned. He oversaw the NBL iteration of the team for 3 years with head coach Eddie Malinowicz, leading the Royals to 3 straight NBL finals and amassing a record of 99 wins and 43 losses. Which seems pretty good.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know basketball records, but that sounds not bad. In 46, Harrison, as a team owner, signed Long Island University standout Dolly King. King became the first African-American to have played in the league since 1943 and the first to see substantial playing time for his team.
There you go.
Yeah.
You love to hear it.
I was holding on to this when we were talking about it earlier. Dolly King had played for the New York Renaissance, which was a team based out of Harlem. Harlem Renaissance, New York Renaissance.
There you go.
Yeah. So, and I found it interesting when you said that the Rochester team played them. So, like, again, you have these, like, the teams are segregated in the rosters, but they're still playing each other, right?
Right.
But let's learn a little bit more about Dolly here. So King received taunts from crowds at times, particularly, this is not going to be a surprise, in the playoff series on the road in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
No.
Yeah.
No, come on. You mean a racially charged event in Fort Wayne, Indiana in 1943?
Yeah.
Nah. Can't be. I don't believe it.
Fueled by their indignation of the insults directed at King, the Royals won the series at home in Rochester. Baby.
Hell yeah. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. After the 47-48 season, Harrison moved his team to the Basketball Association of America, the BAA, which we talked about earlier. And after his team spent 1 year in the BAA, I'm going to call it the BAA. It's more fun to say. It's also the last time I'm going to say it this episode. I served on the committee. Oh, so he helped broker the merger of the BAA. I lied one more time. And the NBL, and produced the NBA. This guy was integral in the creation of the NBA.
There you go.
He then became coach of the team in 48, while Malinowicz, who's the previous head coach, stayed as an assistant coach. Which, goddamn, if you get demoted and you stick around,
right?
I feel like Les is probably a cool dude. Probably pretty cool. I would quit.
Oh, I'm demoted. Oh, I'm also out. I'm gone. Let's do that instead.
Yeah. Harrison was on the sideline for a historic game on January 6, 1951, when the Royals played the Indianapolis Olympians to a game that lasted 6 overtimes that saw the Royals lose 75-73.
Jesus.
Oof, which saw 18 combined points in the overtime periods as a total in a game that encapsulated the pre-shot clock era. When it came to stalling with the ball, I would be gone.
I would be gone after the first overtime. Dude. Get the fuck out of here.
I've never even thought about pre-shot clock. Like, yeah. Oh my God. It's so brutal.
That's brutal.
Yeah, that's bad. Harrison collected several talented players for the Royals that included Arnie Rison, nicknamed Stilts, with his 6'9" frame. So go with 6'5" Arnie Johnson, 2 Arnies, wow, and 6'7" Jack Coleman, and a backcourt of Bob Davies and Bobby Wanzer. I think he's just going for guys with the same name. We got 2 Jacks and a Bob and a Bobby. In the 1950-51 season, Royals went 41-27, second behind the perennial threat that being the Minneapolis Lakers. Had won the last 2 championships. The 2 teams met for a best-of-5 divisions final that saw Rochester pull off 3 straight wins, including the last 2 in Rochester, to reach their first NBA finals. As it turns out, the Royals were the only team to defeat the Lakers in their dynasty era. Wow.
No shit.
We've talked about before, I'm from the Twin Cities, and man, the Lakers, people don't talk about the Lakers in the way that you'll still hear people talk about like the Dodgers, in Brooklyn and in New York City, I don't even want to say reminisce because there's a lot of sadness around the loss of the Dodgers, right? But there's a little bit of that. Like I think my parents' basketball or gym teacher played on the Lakers.
Sure.
It's still it's a felt presence, but not as much as some other former sports franchises for various cities. But they were good. They're good, man. And it's great to hear the Royals pulled out one of their only wins in the dynasty era. Let's see. Though looks like the Lakers rebounded to win the next 3 NBA finals. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's see. In the 51 finals against the Knicks, which we mentioned earlier, the Royals won the first 3 games before the Knicks won the next 3. Wow. Game 7, Rochester. The Knicks led 74-72 with under 3 minutes left, but Risen and Davies, who combined for 44 points scored in the game, managed to draw quick shots and free throws in the final minutes to give the Royals a 79-75 victory. Sounds like a hell of a game.
And
Game 7.
I mean, the Knicks are if history has ever been a repeater, man.
I mean, shit. They were down 3 games and they came back, Jim. They almost came back. They were down 3, then they won 3, then they lost it. So we might have some more basketball in store. We'll see.
Time will tell.
This is a side note. I meant to ask it at the start.
Yeah.
If you're from upstate New York, what basketball team are you gravitating towards? In general,
I mean, Syracuse Orange is like
or NBA.
NBA.
I meant to say because I knew that was the answer. I meant to say NBA.
NBA. I don't know. I think it's like. I think you have Knicks fans. There's a couple. I feel like there's some pretty strong Knicks presence, but at the same time, I don't know if there's any. Obviously, it's just the New York Knicks as far as pro basketball. So I mean,
are you going 76er at all?
Nah.
I
know a few.
They used to be an upstate New York team.
I didn't know that.
We'll talk about them on another episode.
Yeah, we'll get into it. But yeah, I think football is a lot more prevalent in upstate New York than basketball. But I think if you had to pick a team, there's some representation.
That's kind of what I figured. But I was curious to know. Curious if Philadelphia is pulling any Southern tier fans or anything. All right, let's get back into it here. Let's see. So back to that Royals-Knicks game where the Royals pulled out a 79-75 victory. Les Harrison noted later that in those days, the NBA did not even have a trophy to give the team for their championship, and there was no parade for the team in the city. God damn. So let's have a parade today. Let's do it now.
Wait, you just went home?
Yeah.
You just left. You just won, and they're like, all right, man.
Jim, I have something for us later that's going to illustrate some of what you're feeling, I think.
Sure.
I'm delighted that it fits in so well. We'll get there though.
Right.
Let's see. Harrison coached the Royals through the 54-55 season and would later retire, having led his team to 5 NBA divisional titles and the 51 NBA championship. Again, this guy started this team. He brokered the creation of the NBA itself, and his team won the goddamn championship. This guy's pretty great.
Pretty damn good.
All right. So he remained owner of the Royals to the end of their tenure in Rochester. The 56 NBA draft was the last for the Royals before their move, and they had the first pick of the draft owing to a variety of circumstances. Harrison had stated the team's need for a guard to go with Maurice Stokes. The Royals drafted Cy Green and over Bill Russell, who was selected by the St. Louis Hawks before being traded to the Boston Celtics for Ed McCulley and Cliff Hagan. After the season, the team moved to Cincinnati, Ohio prior to the 57 season, with Harrison selling not long after. He noted his feeling on the matter in a 1993 interview, stating, "I couldn't help it. I lacked a five-letter word. I had no money." There you go. What happened? Yeah. What happened to basketball is what I envisioned would happen. I thought even from the start that one day it would become big, real big, and it has. Maybe that was just it. His market was too small. He couldn't afford. That was the year his roster turned over.
Yeah.
Just couldn't, didn't have the money for it. Like his brother was just a local lawyer.
Yeah.
Like that's tough. It's it's a story that has that many professional sports teams have in common. But I also I appreciate his view on it. Like he just wanted basketball to be popular, and I think we can safely say it is.
It's become pretty big.
Yeah,
basketball is kind of a deal.
So Harrison inevitably coached many Naismith Basketball Hall of Famers, including Bob Davies, Red Holtzman, Bobby Wanzer, Al Servey, Arnie Risen, Pop Gates, and Alex Hannum. He also coached Pro Football Hall of Fame quarterback Otto Graham, Chuck the Rifleman Connors. That's that actor. He played the Rifleman.
Sure.
And
I would
Del
hope
Rice.
so. I would hope so with the nickname the Rifleman. I'd be very concerned if he didn't.
Yeah. And Del Rice, who was an MLB player and the manager of the California Angels in '72. All right. Dang. This guy had a wide impact.
Yeah.
Harrison died at Highland Hospital in Rochester on December 23rd, 1997, at the age of 93. In light of having no wife or children, as was the case for his brother and sister, to leave his belongings to, he bequeathed his Hall of Fame ring, jacket, and artifacts to David and Wendy Dworkin. Her mother, Barbara, was the cousin of Harrison. That's a weird detail to have in
Yeah,
there.
That's odd.
Let's get Dave and Wendy on the podcast.
Yeah. Let's see what they're up to. You know what I mean? See what they're all about.
Yeah. Well, I got two articles here that I pulled. Again, there's a lot of different headlines. I found some fun ads from their first season. I was like, "Good luck to the Royals. We're the official ticket retailer," and weird stuff like that. So some cool ephemera. But I found some nice articles. This first one is from the Rochester Sun, 1951. So this is the year they won it. They won the NBA championship. This is Tuesday, March 13th. Again, 1951. Royals end season here Sunday night. The Rochester Royals ring down the curtain on their 50-51 regular cage season with single games against the Boston Celtics Saturday and the Indianapolis Olympians Sunday night at the arena. Les Harrison, Royal Worrywart, is disappointed over his team's defeat at the hands of the Olympians Sunday night. Sunday evening, as the loss virtually eliminated any hopes of overtaking Minneapolis for the Western Division top spot. So, things were not guaranteed for that championship, man.
No.
The RR men, assured of second place in division and a playoff berth, will be ready. RR men? Is that Rochester Royalmen? Must be.
I would think so.
Must be. Let's see. They're assured of a second place in the division and a playoff berth. Will be ready Saturday evening to upset any plans the Celts have of edging the Philadelphia Warriors for the top running in the Eastern Division. Arnie Risen, Bob Davies, Jack Coleman, Arnie Johnson, and Bob Wanzer will be the starting five. Those are all names we just read off for people in the Hall of Fame.
Sure. That would track.
Mm-hmm. The Celts will be led by Easy Ed McCulley and Bob Flash Cousy, currently among the league's top 10 scorers. Others in Coach Arnold Red Auerbach's squad include Sonny Hertzberg, Chuck Cooper, Clarence Hermanson, Frank Kudelka, Bob Donham, Ed Leeds, Bob Harris, and Bones McKinney. All these names are I could read 1950s basketball player names all day long. They're just dumb, Jim. Bones McKinney. I love it. I love it.
It makes you wonder how they got those nicknames.
Yeah. Well, let's get back to the article. In celebration of St. Patrick's Day, the Royals will stage an open house immediately following the game. A huge St. Patrick's Day cake measuring 6 feet long and 3 feet wide will be served to all fans attending the game. That's why they ran out of money for players. They're giving off big-ass cakes.
You got enough money for cakes, but you don't have enough money to keep the fucking team around?
Royal players and their wives will act as hosts and hostesses. Can you imagine if the Knicks or Nets hosted
just a cake eating contest?
A cake open house. It'd get good attendance.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Let them eat cake.
Yeah, there you go. Tom Greason will be at the Hammond organ playing those familiar Irish songs during the ceremony. All right. Sunday evening.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Oh, Danny Boy and all those other ones.
Sure.
Sunday evening, the Olympians return to the arena for a tussle with the Harrison men, the Kentuckians, as they are often called because of the presence of several Kentucky college grads, will be out to polish off the Royals in the season finale. Starting time for both games is 8:30 p.m. I just like that they gave out cake after a game. It's nice.
It's very what a strange what a strange thing to do.
Baseball game, they let you run the bases. Basketball game, you're getting cake, baby.
You'll get a slice of cake.
All right, this next article again is going to kind of echo some of your sentiment earlier of some indignity being felt. This is from the Grease Press, Thursday, March 28th, 1946. It's going to take a second to get to the Royals, but we're going to get there, trust me. This is from the Around the Town column by Don Weidman. From time to time, various members of the editorial and advertising staffs of this paper run into persons who are not familiar with the press. We are always chagrined when, after introducing ourselves as so-and-so of the press, we get a blunt, "What press?" For many weeks, we have been trying to think of a put one in his place reply. Sure. Sure.
Okay.
When such an occasion occurs, and this week we discovered someone with a similar problem who solved it for us. The gentleman, one Art Pernin by name, is an enthusiastic basketball fan. He has sat in on every home game of the Rochester Royals. He knows the personal history of every player. He has glorified in their victories. He has suffered immeasurably when they trailed by a few points, and he was a nervous wreck when they lost a game. He lived and breathed the Rochester Royals. He practically adopted them as his own. He considered himself a stockholder.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We know. I think we all know some people.
I believe it's called a super fan.
Indeed.
By today's definition.
Indeed. This statistic spouting fan had watched Les Harrison's aggregation suffer from an extreme case of non-patronage in the years gone by. And this season, he took it upon himself personally to beat the drum for the Royals to see that every seat was filled for every game. So it sounds like, middle of the run in Rochester, attendance is dipping a little bit. It's sport history now that the Royals knocked off Sheboygan for the title, but when the Royals locked horns with the Fort Wayne Zollners in the semifinals a week ago, the local Hoopsters needed one win. This fan gallantly strode into a local gin mill, flushed with victory, and ordered a round for the boys because he announced our team won. The quizzical bartender asked, "What team?" "Why, our basketball team," said the fan, becoming noticeably annoyed. The bartender still was in the dark, so he queried, "What basketball team?" That was too much for the rabid fan. He picked up the money that he had laid on the bar to cover the cost of drinks, tucked it back in his pocket, and said, Good Lord, man. If you were walking down the street in London and someone said, God save the king, you wouldn't ask what king, would you?
Wow.
Yeah.
Strong choice of words.
We'll remember that for the future reference when we get asked, what press? So there you go. There you go. You know, a super fan is, as you said earlier.
Putting it lightly.
Yeah, indignant over no one knowing. How much could there have been to do in Rochester in 1946? How do you not know there's a professional basketball team? Also, if someone's throwing down that much coin to buy everyone a round of drinks, you're not asking that many questions.
I wouldn't. That's not smart business, just to be honest with you.
You say, go team.
You go, sure, buddy, whatever basketball team's in this town, whatever you like, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's Jim. That's the Rochester Royals. That's Les Harrison's legacy, as we'll call it. And again, I think we're gonna come back to this because there's more former Upstate NBA teams to talk about. So rudely stolen by Philadelphia, I might.
Yeah. How
Cincinnati
rude.
and Philadelphia. No, sir.
Yeah. Don't want to understand those cities.
No.
No way.
Well, you know what I understand, Jim?
What's that?
The importance of rating, reviewing this podcast. Also subscribing. That helps a lot. Guys, help us out. Throw us 5 stars. Write us a nice review. Subscribe. Share an episode with a friend. Look, if your friend has strong opinions about how close upstate New York cities are to each other and whether you can say they are close or not, this is the podcast for them. So send your favorite episode to them. Have them comment on our episodes. Look, any press is good press, right, Jim? So
have them fight in the comment section.
There we go.
Right, that's a way to boost engagement.
There we go. It all helps. Speaking of helping, Jim, are there some things that our Speedy Freaks and Rattlesnake Pete's can help themselves do? Anything you recommend?
Sure. All right. You've just attended a Rochester Royals basketball game. Mm-hmm. You've enjoyed some real granny shots and just some real contained basketball, respectable basketball. Sure. You know, you brought your wife and she showed a little ankle. You might have gotten a little upset.
Jesus.
You know what I mean?
Things are getting racy.
Yeah. It's that time, right? So you went to the game, right? And then after the game, they made a very, very sad announcement in that your team is now moving to Cincinnati.
Jesus.
You got nothing. You're a super fan and your team left. Well, you need something to pick up your spirits. You need something to really bring you to the next level. And I got you because I have comedy album, Upstate Understandings. It is available on all digital streaming platforms. There are physical copies as well. jimsearch.bandcamp.com. That is a good place to go get them. Strongly suggest you do it. Other things to suggest for you, jimsearchcomedy.com. That's a place to see where I'm going to do some comedy shows. Speaking of comedy shows, tonight, this evening at 8:00 is going to be Walter Palooza. Wonderful comedy show. It might even be sold out, to be honest with you, because at the time of this recording, we have about half the tickets sold, and I don't know what the rest of the week's going to hold. So you might want to buy, if you can get in, I don't know, but you should definitely give it a shot regardless. Come on out for Walter Palooza. It's going to be doors are at 7:30, shows at 8:00 over at Cafe Luga House, 81 Clinton Street in Binghamton, New York. That's right, baby. Binghamton, New York.
There we go.
Come on out. It's going to be an absolute blast. We got my man Stephen Brown's going to be hosting. Walter Cronk is going to be making his comedy debut. Holy shit. It's going to be incredible. Winnaskell's is going to round out the night with some music. It's going to be incredible. Tickets are $15 on Eventbrite, $20 at the door. If you come to that show having listened to this episode and say, Understanding Upstate, rather, sent me here, I'll knock $2 off. I'll knock $5 off your
Whoa!
ticket. Fuck it.
Wow! Hell yeah!
Let you in here for $15. How about that? Holy moly guacamole. Come on out for it. It's going to be great. You're going to love it. Everybody's going to love it. Rob, they bought my album. They bought T-shirts. They bought CDs. They bought cassettes. Hell, they even bought tickets to Walter Palooza. But yet, still flush with cash. Mm-hmm. Don't know what to do with it. It's burning a hole in their pocket. What should they do with it?
Look, you got two options with that cash.
Okay.
Option number one. I don't know how much you have, but it sounds like a nice amount. Option number one, pony up to get yourself an NBA franchise spot. Pretty good. It's a pretty penny, but it's not that much. It's not like $500 million. It's $400,000. It's not that bad. What you also could do is buy my album 40,000 times. And my God, I'd be pretty happy if you did that. I'd be pretty happy. Or you could buy it once for an astronomically high price, which I think the platform it's on will allow you to do. At any rate, go grab my album. It's called New York Sticky, available at brooklynfrequency.bandcamp.com. Check it out. It's a great little instrumental album. Look, if you're maybe taking a nice little drive to Binghamton to catch Walter Palooza, it's a nice thing to throw on, and it'll get you there in no time. So go grab that. Also check out our documentary, which features Binghamton in it. It's a behind the scenes look at the making of Jim's comedy album. Link in the description for all of these things we just mentioned. Speaking of mentioning things, what are we going to be mentioning a lot in next week's episode? You have a hint for
yeah. You know, you will. It'll be turned up to the max. We'll be turned up next week.
I like it. I like it
for sure. Check the gain.
There you go.
For sure.
There you go. Well, are we ready? Well, before that, Jim, I'm really taken with Les here. He's, I think, going to enter my personal Upstate Hall of Fame. Like, we got Rattlesnake Pete in there. We got Arch Merrill in there.
I was going to say, you man, Arch.
We got Les Harrison in there, man.
Throw Les in there?
Yeah, I think... Look, he's in the Basketball Hall of Fame, sure, but he's rubbing elbows with Arch Merrill, baby. Like, as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, listen, if you want him in there, who am I to stop you for that, man? Who am I to stop you?
There you go. Well, we'll vote on it later at the end of the year to see who gets in officially.
Sure.
Get your nominations in now. Get them in now.
That's hilarious.
All right. Well, we got to get out of here with a silly up pun, which I feel like I've already done the layup pun. I'm really up a creek without a paddle on this one because I have no other basketball puns. Let's get on out of here, Jim.
Bye. Understanding Upstate is a podcast hosted by Jim Search and Rob Adler, edited by Rob Adler, and music from Regal Monk.